In the upcoming second phase of 4.2, Cyno will be getting his second rerun. This video will discuss the ideal way to build him for the most damage. It will discuss weapons, artifacts, team comps, and constellations. It doesn't go in depth about talents, kit, and playstyles. Starting with weapons. So Cyno's unconditional best in slot is Staff of Scarlet Sands, as it gives a ton of crit rate and attack that scales off his elemental mastery. Besides his 5-star signature, a very strong 4-star alternative would be the Deathmatch, as it gives 36.8% crit rate alongside some attack percent in its passive. However, it is locked behind the battle pass, so not everyone will have it. So a more free-to-play friendly option would be White Tassel at R5 or Missive Windspear at R5. White Tassel is strong, especially with refinements, as it increases normal attack damage, which is the only thing Cyno does. And the Missive Windspear is decent, as it gives 41.3 attack percent as its Ascension stat, alongside another small attack percent and EM increase in its passive. It's ideal to have the Missive Windspear at R5. Other than all those options, Favonius Lance should only be used if he's having energy problems. Using it hurts his damage quite a bit. And finally, a more niche option for him would be Dragon's Bane, if you're just focusing on a more reaction-based build like Taser or Hyper Bloom, instead of increasing his personal damage. Moving on to Cyno's best artifact sets and stats. His best in slot artifact set is 4-piece Thundering Fury. The cooldown reduction is perfect for Cyno's kit and energy issues. It does make timing his skill with his A1 passive a little more dependent on your skill, but in general, Thundering Fury is his best artifact set for every team comp. The only other decent alternative, if you don't have good Thundering Fury pieces, is Gilded Dreams. It performs almost as well as Thundering Fury because of its decent increases in attack and EM, depending on your team comp. It is also in a domain with a very broken other artifact set, so if you don't have decent Thundering Fury pieces, use Gilded Dreams. As for Cyno's artifact Mainstats and Substats, he wants electro damage for his goblet always, and crit on his circlet. His sands is a little more complicated, so he either wants attack percent or elemental mastery. This mostly depends on his weapon. For example, if you have his signature, then Cyno really wants an EM sands. If you have any high base attack weapons, then attack percent sands is best. For example, the Jade Winged Spear or Favonius Lance. The only build that ignores all of this is Hyper Bloom, where you might want to use an EM circlet or EM goblet. Other than that, the substats that Cyno wants is energy recharge, most importantly, then crit, and any extra attack percent or EM rolls. These two stats are pretty equal, depending. Now for Cyno's ideal team comps. So let's just get this out of the way. Yes, Hyper Bloom does the most damage. However, you're better off using double Hydro or double Dendro instead of a double Electro unit with Cyno. Regardless, if you want to build full EM, then his ideal team comp would be Cyno, Nahida, Singsho, and Kuki full EM. Aside from that, Aggravate is the team comp I think he was designed to be in. It's perfect for his personal damage, and when paired with a second Electro unit, his ER issues don't become as much of a problem. Cyno's best Aggravate team would be Cyno, Nahida, Fischl, and a flex slot. Zhongli or any other strong shielder is usually best. Taser is also a decent option for him against multi-target. His best Taser team would be Cyno, an off-field Electro unit like Fischl or Yaimiko, an Anemo unit, and a Hydro unit that provides healing or fast Hydro application like Kokomi and Singsho. However, a team comp that isn't as popular as the previous three, but is still very strong and fun in my opinion, is Cyno National. So pairing Cyno with Singsho, Bennett, and Zhongling can be a very strong overvape team. The only issue is Cyno has so many energy issues in this comp. I usually end up having to use Favonius. As for his constellations, they're pretty straightforward. None of them change his playstyle too much. They're all just damage increases. His C1 is just normal attack speed increase. C2 is an electro damage bonus increase. C4 regenerates energy for other characters. And C6 just does a ton more damage. So that's it for the Cyno Quickguide. People say he's not the best on-fielder unit, but personally, I've never regretted pulling for him.